Hey, what's going on guys, aarava here, and welcome back to a brand new video today on Forza Horizon 4, coming to you from LA in E3 land, I guess you could say, and that's why the audio is going to sound very weird, so apologies if it does. At the moment my laptop is blazing away like a jet engine behind the microphone. I've tried to tweak the settings so you don't hear it, but apologies if you do. Anyway, we're going to make do with it. We're here in LA with Xbox UK. Big shout out to them, by the way, for flying me out here. Really cool to see the briefing in person once again, like last year. Really cool experience to see a press conference from E3 in person with the loudspeakers, the crazy screen and visuals. It definitely, as just a lover of games, to watch E3 streams in the past, and then now to actually see one of them in person, like twice in a row now in 2 years. Really cool experience. But anyway, we're here to talk about Forza Horizon 4. If you did not see the video earlier on my channel about raw gameplay, then be sure to go check that one out if you just want to see the game by itself, not me talking, just the audio, just the visuals, and you just want to see a general glimpse, because in this video we're going to be kind of talking the entire time about the game, kind of talking about a few more details that haven't really been mentioned in the trailer at all, or you can't really tell from the showcase that much. So basically just from like the press release, kind of behind the scenes info on the game, and then also just general impressions and stuff like that, because of course for me it's kind of coming at left field, you know. I think the kind of rest of the creators you might see that post stuff on Forza Horizon 4 and just generally other racing games, they're kind of all, you know, they're used to that, that's their kind of realm, whereas obviously my realm is F1, so I come from very left field, I guess you could say, to these games, so it's kind of maybe a different kind of insight into what the vibe is, what the look is. First of all, I just want to say, and I don't mean this in a jokey manner, I'm actually legit serious, Xbox, Turn 10, Playground Games, why isn't the F1 car in Horizon 4? Just why? Just why? Okay, it makes perfect sense, even more sense than any other game that's gone by, because Horizon 4 is in the UK. There are many F1 teams in the UK. I reckon that they need to try and work the licensing magic and do it. I mean, I'm sure Microsoft have the funds to license that. They have the Renault F1 car, the actual 2017 one, licensed in Motorsport 7, so it would be so cool if they could get it in Horizon 4. I'm sure there's probably some like logistics, there's probably some licensing thing that I'm not thinking about, just like the fact that maybe they don't want it driving on normal roads, they don't want it doing off-roading stuff or driving over a hill or something like that. But I mean, how cool would that be? I mean, the Crew 2 has got the RB13 in it, so I don't know, it's kind of like the ball's in your park now, Microsoft and Playground Games. Like, you know, the Crew 2's done it with the Red Bull. You guys have Renault on your side, so make it happen. Make a hashtag get the F1 car in Horizon. That's too long of a hashtag, but you know what's up. Maybe, you know, just, you know, make it happen. If anyone's watching from Xbox, I hardly doubt it. But you know what, if they do check in, you know, because obviously they invite me out here, so they might want to check up on the video I'm making on the on the game I'm coming here to check out. So if they are, make it happen, alright? Or at least look into it. It'd be sick. But anyway, that's enough of that. Horizon 4, if you don't know already, like I just said, it's coming to the UK, which is cool. And don't worry, potholes and all that. I don't know about little car parks and like Astras and courses meeting up and stuff like that, but they're gonna have potholes. They've got, you can see in the showcase footage actually, they've got the whole cool UK sign, like legit all the UK signs, the roadworks that look just all too familiar. Like I got a bit of kind of like almost bad flashbacks to like sat in traffic and looking at roadwork signs, like going past in that showcase. Like they've done a really good job to like do all that stuff and get it as perfect as they can do and as realistic as possible to the UK. Although I will say one thing they haven't got is how miserable the UK looks, because the showcase makes the UK look absolutely gorgeous. Like there's gonna be people not from the UK playing this game, like, oh, might want to visit the UK now after looking at it in this game. UK doesn't look anything like this in real life, so yeah, they're definitely overselling Britain as a whole. But I mean, getting onto that, as usual, as you would expect with a Forza Horizon game, looks amazing, plays very similar to Horizon 3. I mean, that's to be expected really. I don't think you're ever going to expect a groundbreaking change in the way it would handle and stuff like that. I mean, they continue to work on it and refine it. One thing I will say for the gameplay, they've upped it now to 60 FPS, so apparently 4K 60 FPS, but I think it's going to be more of a case of I think there was some sort of confirmation, I think, after I talked to Black Panther about it, that on the Xbox One X, I think there's going to be a decision where you can make it, so do you want to go for frame rate or do you want to go for graphic fidelity? So I think you can choose either one, which is good, and good to see they're kind of making that step up to 60 FPS, like full on, because it's always a lot better to race, obviously, just in 60 FPS, a lot smoother, and it just makes everything play a bit better in terms of the handling as well. Just I don't know if it actually improves, but the feeling of the handling improving with 60 FPS is definitely there. But yeah, in terms of the feeling of it in the showcase event, at least, I mean, felt very, very kind of Horizon-y, I guess you could say, that same exact vibe, which, like I said, is to be expected. And that's pretty much it in terms of the impressions from the demo, because, I mean, it was a very small demo, really confined. I really wanted to play more of the game, which is a good thing. I think that's a really good thing that I came away from playing the showcase demo and I was hungry for more, because I think I would have been worried if I wasn't. But I really was. I did want to kind of see more of the map. I was trying to actually reverse round and drive backwards on the showcase event to try and see more of the map, but the showcase kept on resetting me, and at some point the demo just had enough of me trying to faff around with it and just ended the demo. So I really did want to play more of it. So I think that's a good thing, you know, consciously, in terms of, like, you know, I wanted to see more. I think that's a good thing. But away from the impression of the demo, kind of getting more to kind of nitty-gritty stuff from in terms of what we have heard from the press release, we've got a few more juicy details that weren't even mentioned in the trailer. So first of all, obviously something that was a big thing they're pushing is this whole 4 seasons thing, and new 4 seasons of autumn, winter, spring, and summer. I'm pretty sure I've got those 4 seasons correct, but yeah, the 4 seasons, that's a big push, obviously, in the trailer, but it's a lot more than that, because actually a feature now is going to be the synchronization of the entire game. So essentially, when you're in a lobby, the entire world is going to be synchronized. So when you're racing around with maybe other players, everyone who's playing the game at that time of the week is all going to have the same synchronized world in terms of the same weather system. So if it's autumn, it's going to be autumn for everyone, because in the previous Horizon games, there weren't seasons, but like if it was raining in one part, it wouldn't be raining for another person. If it was sunny, it was sometimes overcast. So in terms of this now, the seasons are going to be the same for everyone week after week. In terms of every week, they're going to change it. So everyone playing the game one week, it's going to be autumn, then it's going to move to winter, then it's going to move to spring, and then summer. And it's not only just the weather and the ecosystem that's changing. Every week where they change the weather, then we've been told from the press release thing that every week there's going to be new themed content and gameplay challenges and rewards with the change of season. So that's all we've been told. I don't know how in-depth that is going to be, but obviously for someone like me, like I don't play these games often on my channel, and I think that was something that I can be quite critical of Need for Speed Payback. Was the reason why I kind of stopped playing that so early on, was after a month it kind of just lost its replayability value of piquing my interest, basically. And it was the same case in Horizon 3. Horizon 3 was not very good at doing that. I played that even off camera. I don't even think I think I made like 1 or 2 videos on Horizon 3, and then even me as just a player, I didn't really play that game very much after that, because it just really didn't have anything fresh going for it that would make me want to play it. But this sounds very intriguing. The fact that they're going for this new model, which I think a lot of the games industry is now going for, like giving you weekly updates, because a lot of games like Fortnite, cough cough, have been doing a great job at giving weekly updates, and so it's good to see they're going to try and push on with that. And so, like I said, fingers crossed it's going to be in-depth enough that it's going to want to bring you back to play it every single week. Themed content, I don't know what that would be. Kind of, I don't know, maybe you go to winter and you have like, I don't know, some off-roading content perhaps, or, you know, just a themed content of you have to use this specific car and this kind of challenge and stuff like that, and if you win it you get like a reward of, like, I don't know, in-game currency or whatnot. I don't know how it works, but hopefully, like I said, it's going to be quite in-depth. And then the next biggest thing is kind of away from the racing aspect, is something that Horizon has never really had too much of, is a bit more customization with your player, and a bit more kind of world building, essentially, and story building. So basically now, you can change the outfit of your driver with new clothes, which you can never do before. But the bigger thing is now, you can own property. So in the trailer, they showed houses quite a bit, and they showed characters walking from the house to the car, and they're doing that to kind of hint at now, there's this new kind of system where you can buy new houses in the game. And actually, I think talking to one of the community managers for Xbox, he also mentioned that it was kind of maybe going to work into a way where you can buy buildings for your business, essentially, to build up your festival. Because that was a kind of big thing in Horizon 3, like building up your festival. You had like the Forzathon as well, like building components of all that kind of stuff. So it kind of maybe looks, or sounds like at least, that it's going to be a kind of aspect of you maybe buy different properties to kind of build up your presence in the game potentially, which sounds really cool. It's kind of like a Kingpin sort of like build your business, build your racing empire sort of thing, which sounds very, very intriguing, and definitely something that was lacking completely at all in Horizon 3 or 2 or 1 even, in terms of any kind of customization like that. And kind of also kind of taking the lead from the Crew 2 also has that. The Crew 2 has, you have your own apartment and you kind of level it up, so maybe there's going to be some leveling, I hope, aspect to Horizon 4, but that's a really good aspect, you know, customization and just getting away from just the racing aspect, building upon everything else, not just the driving, is always good in a racing game, because it can get, you know, there's only so much, I don't know, it might just be me, there's only so much racing you can do before the game is not giving you much else, so it's good to see they're building the rest of the game out, essentially. But yeah, I talked about the fully synchronized world. Looks like they're going to be pushing a lot about maybe doing races, and the Forzathon especially, as more of a kind of cooperative kind of thing. You can play solo, but you can also have this kind of new, this party system where if your team all joins up, you're all synced up in the world, and so you play through as kind of like a unit. They had that in the trailer as well, where it was very scripted gameplay, but basically you like all drive together, you're all kind of crashing through the kind of scenery and whatnot, and then you can all end at the same point, and it's all synced up basically. So it's all kind of integrated essentially, so they're kind of all getting this major multiplayer vibe going on, but you can still play it solo if you want to. I mean, that's always an aspect of, you know, some people out there just want to chill out by themselves, you know, crack open a drink and play the game by themselves. But if you do have like mates you want to play with and kind of, you know, do that classic, like I said, you know, it's the UK, so maybe you want to do a car park meet in, you know, your local Tesco, you know, so you might want to do that. I don't think there are Tesco's in that. I think that might be a licensing issue, but hopefully they have some sort of some sort of supermarket car park that you can do that. That'd be pretty cool. But I think that's pretty much all I have to kind of talk about with Horizon 4. Like I said, there wasn't, unfortunately, that much from the showcase, but I think it's a very good thing, personally, for me, that I want to see more, because that's how I know that I am truly actually kind of excited by this game and want to know more of it at least, and want to kind of see the world. We have no idea what the map looks like. I don't believe it's going to be the entirety of the UK. From the road signs, it looks like it's kind of in between Edinburgh and like kind of the Wales area, and obviously by the showcase, kind of the tracks, or not the tracks, but the kind of surroundings you drive around in the demo. On the gameplay, it looks like they're kind of gone for the areas of the UK where they get nice elevation change, obviously, because if it was kind of in a flat, kind of linear, kind of just flat grass fields and just all kind of flat roads, it would kind of be quite boring. So they kind of, I think they've cherry-picked the kind of areas of the UK that have the most elevation change, which does mean they don't have any big landmarks, like they don't have any kind of big named landmarks like London or like other cities. I think I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they don't have like big name landmarks. They just have cities that are unnamed, I think. So that's a little bit, I mean, it would have been cool to drive around London specifically and see how they would model London, but I guess also you can think how complicated London is to model. It would just be far too much of a task to model like a city like London and then have like the rest of the UK going on. So I think it's like the map size is the same size as the Horizon 3 map, so that was a pretty big map, but obviously Australia is a lot bigger than the UK, so they kind of have to crop it and cherry pick it in a way to actually make it fleshed out, if you will. But yeah, that's going to be the kind of general talk. I don't want to kind of waffle on for too long there. So that's the kind of all gist of what I've seen from the game, my feeling on the game so far. Looking good. I mean, like I said, looks gorgeous. I just want to play some more, honestly, and just kind of dig into it a bit more. But I'm going to have to wait and see if there's going to be any more kind of capture events that I can kind of get my hands on. But let me know in the comments below, guys, what you guys are thinking of it. Are you guys excited for Forza Horizon 4? You know, like I mentioned, I don't do a lot of this content. I want to do a lot more of it. I've tried in the past, sometimes a little bit hit and miss with sometimes how it goes on the channel, how you guys react to it, but I don't know, I have a feeling maybe Horizon 4 might be the time and the one time we stick with it. I don't know, coming to the UK, obviously going to be a big deal. Australians had that with Horizon 3, and so we can kind of have all that with Horizon 4. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. If you did enjoy the video though, and like the gameplay, hit that like button. If you're new around here, then do get subscribed. There will be, I will say guys, hopefully some F1 2018 videos coming in the next day or two, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.